What's that smell? Oh my god! Our septic tank overflowed again! That's the third time this thing has happened this month. I used to own a septic tank cleaning company, and I still couldn't do anything about the clogged drains in my septic system. Ever since this first happened at my house, my life has become a nightmare. Every time I would go into my backyard, I feared I would see my septic tank overflowing again. If you have a septic tank, then you most likely know what I'm talking about. And if this hasn't happened to you yet, just know that it's only a matter of time until you'll go into your backyard and see waste from your septic tank floating around your freshly cut grass. And don't even get me started on the smell. It's truly one of the worst things you can experience, especially in the summer when all the sludge starts overheating. It's horrible that something so insignificant can cause so many problems and completely destroy your peace of mind. And every time my tank had issues, I used to argue with my wife, Linda. She complained that it was not safe for our kids to play in the backyard because of risk of E. coli or salmonella, and she was right. I couldn't take it anymore. And even with my team pumping the tank every 2 weeks, my backyard used to stink. My kids weren't safe, and I was under non-stop stress, so I had to do something. I'm Richard, by the way. And even though my story started quite scary, it has a happy ending because it led me to creating a tiny tab that really solves all your septic tank problems for good. Once these tiny tabs reach your septic tank, they reduce, then eliminate the smell extremely fast in just 3 to 5 days. They break down and eliminate all organic sludge from your septic tank, including natural oils, grease, and organic hydrocarbons. Destroy all the bad anaerobic bacteria like E. coli or salmonella and other harmful pathogens which are most likely found in your septic tanks and can cause many health problems to your family. They also prevent backups and clogs and all other associated problems in your septic tank system, including corrosion. And most importantly, they reduce, and in many cases, eliminate the need to have your septic tank pumped, saving you thousands of dollars every year. Now, in 2014, I used to own a plumbing company with over 200 employees. We provided septic services to customers in 9 eastern states, but noticed many issues despite our success. Clients were spending over $10,000 on septic repairs due to poor maintenance. Clogged drains caused overflowing tanks, resulting in costly monthly cleanings. Even if the drains didn't clog, odors and smells from the tank were still an issue. The fact that these things were also happening to me made me furious. I thought to myself, how can I solve these problems? There must be a way. I was determined to find a solution for my septic tank issues. So I began researching on the internet and came across products called septic tank treatment enzymes. Despite my initial excitement, I quickly discovered that these products were a waste of money and did nothing to improve the condition of my septic tank. Determined to find a more effective solution, I reached out to multiple labs and universities for assistance in developing a product that could effectively clean and unclog my septic tank, eliminate odors, and remove sludge. I wanted a solution that could work long-term and give me peace of mind about my septic system. After numerous emails, I finally received a response from a university that was willing to take on the project. However, they warned me that the development process would take several years and come with a hefty price tag of around $2 million. The cost was staggering, and I couldn't help but feel overwhelmed by the potential financial burden. I was worried about how I would afford it, as it would require me to sell a part of my company and dip into my retirement savings. I also worried about the potential failure of the project and the disappointment it would bring to my family. Despite these concerns, I had to find a solution for my septic tank issues as my family's well-being was at stake. For weeks, I struggled with the decision of whether or not to proceed with the project. I even kept the information from my wife, unable to share my concerns with her. However, my wife noticed something was bothering me, and after some prodding, I finally confided in her about the email from the university and the cost of the project. To my surprise, my wife was supportive of my idea and encouraged me to take the opportunity to create this product that would give thousands and thousands of Americans peace of mind about their septic tanks. Her confidence in me gave me the courage to take the risk and proceed with the ambitious project. I knew that this would not be an easy journey, so I sold my company and took out a loan to finance the project. I also had to find a new job to support my family. The person I sold the company to offered me a job, which was quite an experience. Going from being the owner and CEO to a normal employee in a matter of weeks. With no turning back, I sent all my hard-earned money to the university, and after receiving the green light, we began the development process. The university assigned 14 of its best scientists to work on the septic tank treatment project, and it was an incredible experience working with such a talented and dedicated team. They were constantly coming up with new ideas and compounds, and we made some major breakthroughs early on. One of our biggest discoveries was the realization that a specific type of bacteria found in our bodies could effectively clean and unclog septic tanks. However, like in almost any major project, we eventually hit a roadblock. For the next 2.5 years, we were unable to make significant progress, and I, along with the rest of my team, was feeling exhausted from the constant effort. I was devastated that despite working on the project for almost 3 years, we were still no closer to a final product. One day, after spending 12 hours at the lab with the scientists, I came home to my worried wife. She knew that progress had been slow and the tablet we had developed worked well, but only for a short period of time. The bacteria inside our taps kept dying before they could clean a septic tank. It was nothing better than all other septic tank treatment tablets on the market. I was feeling the stress of running out of time and money. I'd sold almost everything I had to finance the project, and the thought of failure was overwhelming. However, my wife Linda, who had been my rock throughout this process, looked at me and told me to clear my thoughts and take a deep breath. That's when it hit me. The bacteria were dying because they didn't have enough oxygen. I immediately spoke with the scientist at the lab, and after running some tests, we discovered that the bacteria started thriving inside the septic tank when we added oxygen. That was the moment when we knew we were onto something big. Something that could help all people who have houses with septic tanks. I couldn't wait to get home and tell Linda about our breakthrough. Without her support and encouragement, I would have never thought about the oxygen, and we would have never been able to solve this problem. She was so happy when I told her that we had found a solution, and she couldn't stop crying with joy. In honor of her, I let her name our tablets in the oxygenation process, and she chose Septifix, a name that will soon be well known by all septic tank owners. After 3 years of daily hard work, countless trial and error, and an investment of nearly $2 million, we are proud to introduce Septifix, a revolutionary septic tank treatment tablet, and by far the best one on the US market. Septifix not only effectively cleans and unclogs septic tanks, but also eliminates odors and destroys harmful bacteria such as E. coli and Salmonella, all at a cost that is almost free compared to conventional plumbing services. Septifix is produced in the form of tablets, each containing 10 billion bacteria per gram. Our team of scientists identified 14 strands of different bacteria, 10 of which target and break down organic sludge, while the remaining 4 attack hydrogen sulfide to eliminate odors. But what sets Septifix apart from all other septic tank treatments is our patented technology, which releases oxygen into the tank. Oxygen is essential for the survival and reproduction of the bacteria, and this allows our bacteria colonies to thrive and maintain effectiveness for up to 6 months. Septifix has been independently tested by multiple laboratories and has been found to not only effectively eliminate pathogens present in septic tanks, but also improve the quality of water released into the soil. Additionally, our product is 100% safe to use, as it is made from bacteria that are already found in our bodies and contains no harsh chemicals. The application process is simple. Just drop one tablet in your toilet and flush with water. After finally perfecting the final formula for Septifix, I was eager to see how well it would work at my house. It was in the middle of the summer, with temperatures being close to 100 degrees every day. After 3 days, the ugly smell that was coming from my tank was gone. After 2 weeks, I opened the cover and I could see only liquid waste. Septifix was working perfectly. I was finally able to relax and have peace of mind. It was an amazing feeling. So I wanted to tell everyone about Septifix so they can all enjoy its benefits. I reached out to my friends and some of the clients from my previous plumbing company, offering them free samples. Some were initially skeptical, but because of our past working relationship, they agreed to put our tablets to the test. To my surprise, every person who accepted my offer had their septic tank cleaned in record time. The results were astounding and even exceeded my own expectations. One story that particularly stands out in my mind is the one of Charles. He is a good friend of mine who had been dealing with septic tank issues ever since he moved into his new home. His problems included clogged drains, a damaged septic tank, and a terrible smell that had resulted in complaints from his neighbors. When I visited him, I demonstrated how easy it was to use Septifix by simply dropping one tablet in his toilet, flushing, and never having to worry about septic tank issues again. At first, Charles was skeptical, and he didn't believe that this simple solution could solve all his problems. He even laughed and told me that he had been dealing with septic tank issues for 8 years, and that there was no way that a tablet filled with oxygen and bacteria could work like I described it. I replied to him with a smirk on my face and told him, "I'll give you 3 weeks tops before you call me saying that you want more tablets." I went home that day surprised that he was so skeptical about my hard work, but I knew that his opinion would change drastically in the coming month. After about 2 weeks, my phone rang. Hello?
You need to tell me what you did.
Hi, Charles.
Richard, tell me what you did to my septic tank.
What's the problem? It didn't work?
It did work. The problem is that it worked too well. What did you do? Did you replace my septic tank while I was asleep? It's incredible. The smell is gone. It's finally gone after all these years. I checked the septic tank in the morning, and all the sludge is gone. Instead, only liquid waste. It's almost like someone got inside of it and cleaned it with a toothbrush until there was nothing left. Is this really all you did? You just threw your tablets inside and that's it? No trickery?
I'm so glad to hear that. No, there's no trickery involved. The only trick is our oxygenation technology, which I told you about. So, should I send you a pack for the next 6 months?
Just send me a pack for the whole next year. This thing is incredible. I can't thank you enough.
No problem, buddy. Just make sure to tell your friends about Septifix. The success of Septifix in Charles's home was truly astounding, and it exceeded even my wildest expectations. I couldn't believe how quickly and effectively the treatment worked, and it made me realize the true potential of Septifix. I imagined every household equipped with a septic tank in America using Septifix, and it filled me with a sense of pride and accomplishment. Charles's story is just one of many, as there are thousands of people whose lives have been changed by Septifix. One such person is Kathy, a homeowner in Vermont. After a plumbing company pumped her septic tank, they informed her that the tank was full of solid residue and that the drains were clogged. They recommended Septifix as the solution to these issues. After using Septifix for about a month, Kathy called the plumbing company again because she wanted to be sure the tank won't overflow. But when the guys showed up and opened the septic tank, they told her that there was no need for them to do anything because our tablets did their job. Ever since then, she hasn't had to pump her septic tank, and all this is due to Septifix. As you'll see, Septifix works extremely fast. This is a septic tank that hasn't been pumped in around 1 year, so we'll start with 3 tablets. And even though I recommend putting them in the toilet, for the sake of this video, I'll put them directly in the tank. After 3 weeks, the bacteria from our Septifix tablets have eliminated all the sludge and solids, leaving only liquid waste. And this is another septic tank that looks very bad. But only 3 Septifix tablets have cleaned it, and then 1 tablet each month is enough for the septic system to run smoothly for ages. But getting back to our original story, just a few months after cleaning Charles' septic system, the demand for our product got so big that our production was hardly keeping up. We received over 15,000 orders in that short period of time, and I had to get a new facility because we were still producing Septifix in the lab where we first created it. So we moved the production line to Florida in a premium facility to produce our top-notch product. Every step of creating Septifix was a huge challenge. At first, I didn't know if I had what it took to create such a product. However, I am so glad that my wife Linda gave me the confidence to keep going. Without her, I would have quit before even starting. I have finally achieved my dream. My wife and I are happy. I once again enjoyed going in my backyard, and I have peace of mind knowing that my kids can finally play and grow in a safe environment. If you would like the same peace of mind, place your order for Septifix today. Septifix has already helped over 21,374 septic tank owners in the US who happily use it every month. Given that we invested close to $2 million in research to develop it, it shouldn't be surprising that we considered pricing it at $299 for a year's supply. That's almost half of what you'd spend yearly for pumping your septic tank, and almost free considering how effective Septifix is. Plus, you'll save thousands in the long run because you will never again run into problems with your septic system. But today, we are offering you a huge discount. If you choose the 18-month package of Septifix, you only pay $49 for 6 months worth of supply, which is under $9 per month, allowing you to save up to $150 on your order. We've also created a great deal with our 3 suppliers, and thanks to it, you'll get a nice discount on the 12 and 6-month supply options as well. Your savings will not be as big as the 18-month option, but you'll still save a lot of money compared to getting a pump from a traditional plumbing company. And your septic tank will run smoothly without any smell, clogs, backups, or corrosion. And don't worry, because you will never be billed again unless you decide to place a new order of Septifix. We hate those companies that have automatic billing set up more than you do. However, if you want to take advantage of today's huge discount, you need to order right now, because we may increase our price as soon as tomorrow, as our suppliers have been complaining for months that the live bacteria, together with the oxygenation and pH regulating compounds used in Septifix, are becoming harder and more expensive to source. So, click on one of the Add to Cart buttons below. I recommend choosing the 18-month package of Septifix, so you can save up to $150 on your order and have peace of mind for your house for at least 18 months. And of course, you are covered by our 60 days no questions asked money back guarantee. That's why if Septifix doesn't work for you, or you are simply unhappy with the results you experienced and expect to get on with your septic system, just let us know, and we will send you a refund with no questions asked. This way, you'll have no risk, as you'll pay only if you get the results you wanted. So don't delay. Get the 18-month supply of Septifix so your septic tank runs smoothly, and you have complete peace of mind for at least 18 months. Click the Add to Order button right now.